what's up guys? Today and for the rest of the week on this channel, I am doing something a little bit different. As you know, the early screening of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish that I am seeing happens in a week. And I thought I would go back in the Shrek franchise and the other Puss in Boots projects and do some reviews of them. So we are doing these videos chronologically. And naturally, The Adventures of Puss in Boots on Netflix comes first in chronological order in the Shrek and Puss in Boots timeline. So let's begin with that. So, I am mixed on The Adventures of Puss in Boots. And by the way, this is just my opinion, so please don't get offended at anything I say. And I actually like a lot of Adventures of Puss in Boots, a lot of what it does with the world building, establishing more of the Shrek universe, you know, that type of thing, but some episodes are really bad, like really bad. So I have to put on my critic goggles today to review this. So let's start with my positives for the show before we get on to the negatives. First of all, I actually really like Dulcinea and Puss as a ship. I think they go along very well together. I am more of a Kitty fan, but they do actually some really nice things, especially in the last season with Puss and Dulcinea's relationship. And both of them apart, I like them as a romantic pairing, but apart, there are a few character missteps, which I'll get to in a minute. They made some bad decisions with both Puss and Dulcinea. And then another thing is that I love the world building of what this show does in the Shrek universe, because they give us all these exotic locales and places. They give us the Thieves Market, they give us the Netherworld, of course the town of San Lorenzo, just all these amazing locations that they can use to really expand this world and give us some really cool locations. I also like how the finales of these seasons are always really good, and the overall storyline, they really do a good job with season to season. All you know, it all comes together in the final episode of the series, the final two episodes of the series actually, and it gives you, they drop you little hints throughout the series of what's going to happen eventually. And as an overarching story, it's just really solid. But now on to kind of my negatives for the series. I don't like some of the stuff they did with Puss and Dulcinea and some of the other characters. Puss in this series, he's supposed to be younger. He's kind of just a few years out of being exiled from San Ricardo, so he's kind of, you know, honing his skills, shall we say, when he comes across the hidden city of San Lorenzo. And they put some character traits in him that don't really fit with his character in the movies, and I feel like some of them are very bad decisions. He's very arrogant, like even more so than usual, and they make it a point of like, oh, it's, you know, his arrogance is supposed to be funny, and it's not very funny at all. And they just make him into kind of an idiot in some episodes, and even some episodes of his own series, because there are so many side characters, he gets kind of shoved to the side as a character, and a lot of the time he looks just really idiotic, or he is a side character in his own show. I'm sorry if that offended anyone, but that's just my thoughts. And also with Dulcinea, one of my subscribers brought this up to me, but they just did not know how to handle her character or write her consistently, because what ends up happening is that with Dulcinea, you know, she's the nicest character in this show. That is like her defining trait. She is supposed to be very pure and kind to all those around her, but then there are certain points in this show, you know, where she starts to, you know, go insane a little bit. There are just these random outbursts of insanity, especially in one of the worst episodes of the entire series is called Written By. And that is kind of their parody of Stephen King's Misery, but it's in season 4 where they're looking for the Crown of Souls. If you were caught up by that point, you'll know that they're trying to find the Crown of Souls to defeat this villain, the Blood Wolf, who shows up at the end of season 4, and it's, man, I just don't like this episode because it basically takes all the worst traits of the show and brings them out in one episode. Because Puss, first of all, shoved off to the side. This is not his episode at all. This is centered around Dulcinea and her trying to get information out of her favorite author, Miguel A. Andante, who is actually a woman, Miguela Andante. And she goes to visit this author in the woods, and it's her favorite author. She wrote Dulcinea's favorite book, so she's kind of fangirling over her. And then Dulcinea, in this misery-esque manner, the story escalates, and she goes insane. She locks this writer inside her own cabin, just has these complete uncharacteristic bursts of psychotic behavior. She ties her to a chair, forcing her to write a sequel of the book, and Dulcinea just becomes the center of this episode, but not in a good way. And the overarching storyline as well of season 4, there are a few episodes where you can definitely tell they're filler. And I mean, every series has that, but this episode in particular, and some episodes in series 3 and 4, just kind of push the storyline aside in order to establish, you know, just kind of these side plots that don't really work well with this series. But yeah, so those are my pros and cons for this series. Where I would rank it with all the other Shrek and Puss in Boots movies, that's a tough one, but I think it would be around like Shrek the Third and Shrek Forever After, I'd say, for me, just because of the world's building aspects and how good some of the episodes are. Like, they're not all good, as you've heard me talk about, but some of them just really, really nail what a good spin-off series should be. So I'd say it is better than Shrek Forever After and Shrek the Third, but still on par with Shrek 1, Shrek 2, and that first Puss in Boots movie. So that was the first video in this series. I will be coming back to do the first Puss in Boots movie, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.